So that's me. I'm the red blob with the green shorts running down the beach. I'm just finishing a really important park run for me because you see, I had 3 aims today. The first was to get a personal best, the fastest ever 5k. The second was to beat a major milestone, a sub 25 minute 5k. Bit of a barrier, it has to be said. The third was to test a theory, which I'll tell you about now. Morning. Nice bright sunny one. So it's a bit of an important one for me today because I'm aiming for a big parkrun PB because I'm testing a theory. You see, if you wear a weighted vest, every kilo that you put onto it should slow you down by about 2.2 seconds per kilometre. Now, since the Perth parkrun, which link to the video will be here, I've done the equivalent of taking off an 8.5 kilo weighted vest, but instead of vest I've taken off 8.5 kilos of lard. So theoretically that should mean that I should be able to go 93 seconds quicker than my Perth parkrun, which is basically a PB. So if that theory works today, I should be able to go approximately 24:17. That would be unbelievable. And if that theory carries on, if I can get rid of another 10 kilos, I should be below 22 minutes for 5k. That's fairly rapid. So I'm going to go and test this theory on a parkrun I've never done before. It's looking good, conditions are nice, it's bloody cold. But I have to say, having lost all this weight, it's always cold. I'm always freezing. That's something they never tell you about losing weight, is that you're going to end up spending the rest of your life absolutely frozen. But I'm at the seaside, which is always fun. And I'm going to go and see if I can smash a PB. Please like and subscribe, because after Christmas I'm going to be doing some videos on losing weight and what I've done to go from being the size of a large couch to size of a smaller couch, maybe still 120 kilos. And after this I'll have a bit of a talk about how I've done today and what I've done to lose all this weight in the last couple of months. Alright, wish me luck. So as we all get ready, I thought I'd just explain. The Arbroath parkrun is a there and back course starting at the West Links, heading south before doing a very sharp turn and returning back to the start. It's a flat parkrun, which is very good for a big fella like me. But already on this run, things are starting to go a bit badly. You see, I'm that bright red one in the fetching green shorts, looking a bit like a festive decoration. As you'll see, I'm not running down the path, I'm running down the grass. The reason being, I'm really struggling for traction. It's quite icy, and as I'm pushing off, I can feel it slipping on every step. However, at this point, things are going well. So to put things into context, my fastest ever 1 kilometre run is 5 minutes and 4 seconds. And for me to reach my middle target, which is to go sub 25 minutes for 5k, means that I'm going to have to beat that 5 times, which is a bit of a challenge. Just while we're at it, I thought I'd just point out the guy in the yellow running along with a beautiful dog. He features quite a lot in this, I shouldn't call it a race, in this run. So we'll be seeing more of him later on. It was a truly glorious day, but perishingly cold. The course heads south, and it's actually part of the Angus Coastal Path. This is a really nice long distance route, and one that I do use quite a lot for my training runs. I like to go and run somewhere that I actually want to be, rather than just running around a loop. And one of the things I quite enjoy doing is going to either Arbroath or Carnoustie and running along the coastal path because there's train stations on a regular basis. So you run as far as you can, you get to the train station and you get the train back to Arbroath. And generally you find that people vacate the carriage when you go in there, so you normally get a full carriage to yourself. So this bridge was a bit of a problem later on, but I'll talk about that one later. This is the Elliot Burnmouth, which is a nice little place for watching wildlife. It's somewhere I've done quite a bit of wildlife photography. Quite a good place for long-eared owls. We turn on to the sort of rougher section here. So this is more gravelly, which was fantastic. You could actually get a grip in this section here. See me, I'm still following that lovely dog. Although, I think we should probably speed this up a bit, don't you? So soon after this point, we started seeing runners going the other way, which meant that we were close to the turning point. This was a bit of a sharp turn and a bit slippery, but made it and started heading back north. Got a little bit colder and started heading back towards the Elliot Burn. So at the Elliot Burn, I had a bit of a scare. This is quite a narrow little bridge, nice and grippy, but just after it there's quite a steep slope down. And at this point I lost quite a bit of time. Quite frankly, I slowed dramatically because I didn't want to either go straight on, not able to stop, or end up going arse over elbow is a technical term my dad used to use. Yeah, you can see me slowing down here. From this point, you can start to see the end. The end is in sight, and here I'm still managing to keep to a pretty decent pace. It's going well. The only thing is, by this point I realised that my third target, to try and get really fast, had just gone. I really knew that there was no way I was going to be getting sort of low 24 minutes. The big challenge now was to try and still get somewhere close to that 25-minute 5k time. So I kept pushing, and at this point I nearly caught the dog man. It must be said though that he didn't look as though he was really trying. He was just out for a jog, and the dog, I don't think he had got out of zone 0. It's probably still in zone 1. But I have to show this bit because at this point I do actually overtake somebody. Something I don't do a lot of. So yeah, and it did look as though I was going to pass the dog man, but not to be. So here I am coming in at the end, and yeah, it hadn't quite gone to plan. Oh, and somebody shot past at a ridiculously quick pace. So this is coming up to the end of the park run, and here's a miserable git to tell you a bit more. Well, time for the excuses. I was a lot slower than I'd hoped, really disappointed actually. But I think the ice had a lot to do with it. Every footstep you could feel it just slip as you tried to push off. So it wasn't the day today. I'll go through the figures and have a look and see what went wrong. But yeah, I'm a bit gutted really. Oh well, next time. Well, I think I found a good visual metaphor for how I'm feeling after that run. Battered, tired and washed up. Bit old as well. Didn't really go to plan. I suppose I shouldn't be feeling disappointed. I've just knocked 35 seconds off my 5k PB. So 25:17. But nah, I was aiming for 24:17. Okay, let's stop things here. I don't know why I'm moaning. I've just set my fastest half mile, fastest 1 kilometre, fastest 1 mile, fastest 2 miles, and it actually worked out that I'd actually beaten my fastest 5k by 50 seconds, finishing in a slightly cruel 25 minutes 00. You see, parkruns are not necessarily 100% accurate in their distance. Perth, don't think it's actually quite 5k. The one I did, I don't think was really 5k. This one, turns out, looking at the watch data and looking at the maps carefully, it was actually probably 50 meters too long, meaning that instead of it being 25:17, I actually got exactly 25 minutes. Now, stop moaning. That's actually a really good result, and quite frankly, a lot to be pleased about. So I'll be trying to beat this again quickly, but yeah, stop whinging, you git.
Yeah, so a bit gutted. Although I shouldn't really be. I mean, I've lost 8.5 kilos in 6 weeks, which is pretty good. It's just I was hoping to be quite a bit faster than that today, but I'll try again. Just on the weight loss, so there's 3 things I've done. One, if you watched the Santa Run video last week from Perth, you'll know that I love Christmas food, and if I start eating it, I'm in trouble. So that's kept me on the straight and narrow. Next, low carb. It works for me. Not no carb, not keto. I have a wrap each day and I have fruit, but I'm pretty careful. The thing that's worked really well this time has been basically calorie counting. So I've been sticking to 2,500 calories a day. And to do that, I've been looking at the back of packets more, finding out how many calories, and being realistic. A lot of them are a bit misleading if you're someone like me. So for example, Jaffa Cakes. On the back of a packet of Jaffa Cake, it tells you how many calories are in it. The thing is, I always thought a Jaffa Cake was that tube that was divided into bite-sized chunks. Apparently a Jaffa Cake is one of those chunks. Who knew? So actually looking at what I've been eating has been a big thing for helping me lose this weight. I'm going to keep going. Christmas soon, so that's going to be tough, but I'll do my best because I really want to get down to 110 kilos, which would be me in the overweight category. Just to let you know, height-wise, 194 centimeters, 6'4", so I'm quite tall as well. But yeah, I need to get down there. I've got a few things I want to do next year. I really want to get under 2 hours for the half marathon. I'd like to get below 22.5 for a 5k, which is ridiculous, but I'm going to go for it. And 50 for 10k, 50 minutes, yeah, possible. Also in the new year, I'm going to be doing a series of videos trying to help people meet their targets. I'm not getting any money for anybody, and I'm not going to be advertising anything that you cannot do yourself. But it's just a case of trying to help people do what I've done or I'm doing. So how I've gone from being just a little bit less than twice as much as I weigh now. Soon I'll be under 50% of what I've weighed, which will be a big milestone for me. So yeah, how I've done it, some tips, some advice, how to start exercising if you're really big, and hopefully avoid some of the stupid mistakes I've made and do it a bit quicker than I have. It's taken me, what, 7 years to get to where I am now? And it's been hard work. Really enjoyable, but hard work. So please give us a like and subscribe. This will probably be my last video before Christmas, so if I don't do another one, happy Christmas, and let's have some adventures in the new year. Thank you for watching.